Slant News Flash. Entertainment stories from around the world. Give us 5 minutos. We'll give you El Mundo. Paulie here on the Latino Slant. Thank you guys for being here. I'm joined with the great Gary and Keith of Pop Culture Minefield. Hello, gentlemen.
Hello.
It's great being here with you, Paulie. You know we love you, man.
Well, let's see if you love me after this conversation. Warner Brothers Discovery reportedly trying to smooth things over with Batgirl's Leslie Grace. Wow. I've been seeing, this is at least the third article, and then Clownfish did a video on them. But besides that, no one else has really talked about this. Maybe they don't want to because they're
well, Variety is the first one Variety was the first one to talk about it.
Right.
And the fact is, we're gun shy now. I'm not going to jump at this until I get confirmation from people I trust, like Mikey Sutton.
Sure.
Because they've run with stories that we found out was just absolute bullshit. Like, that Michael DeLuca was going to keep Hamada. That wasn't going to fucking happen.
No.
Right. It's not going to happen. It's not going to happen, but they ran with it. So this one, I'm suspicious. I'm going to wait.
Yeah,
sure. Well, we're not, but that's why I'm having you guys here, because it is on several different news fronts, and it's for the Slant. It's great to keep up with Leslie's, with the events of her career.
Well, they should do something with her. She's very good.
Yeah.
Yes.
So, go ahead, Keith.
Oh, I agree. She's incredibly talented. You can see why she is an up-and-coming star. For my money, look, I've already made what I had to say known. I think in many ways, she got used the wrong way by the previous Warner Brothers administration. They completely misused her. And in leading her down the path and in having all of this news stuff out, especially in the way that they greenlit this movie and forced it through in such a short order of fashion, even knowing that the boss that was coming in to take control, what his points of view were. You're spending money that you know deep down the person that's going to be signing your checks doesn't want you to do. So in that respect, she got misused by Walter Hamada and all the other people above him.
Well, let's do the audience a favor. Let's read a little bit of this, and then we can whenever you guys have something to say, chime in. Could it be that we haven't seen the last of Leslie Grace's Batgirl after all? An interesting question, seeing how we never even really saw the first of Leslie Grace's Batgirl. The abrupt cancellation of her film sent shockwaves through the industry and couldn't have endeared the new Warner Brothers Discovery regime to the young star. According to a new Variety report, newly installed Warner Brothers Picture Group chiefs Michael DeLuca and Pam Abdi have been brainstorming how to make amends with Grace. Amends? That's something I do with my 8th and 9th steps. Amends.
Yeah.
And allegedly haven't ruled out having her play the role of Barbara Gordon in a future DC project. Keith.
This is leading me to think more and more that this is from Hamada people. This is a story coming from those people, because if Leslie really wants to be a part of the new DC, there are two people that she could get a hold of right now that would make it happen. And one of them is Dwayne Johnson. If she really wants to be a part of this and wants to have a role, get a hold of him. The other is to go to Michael DeLuca and Pam Abdi and just ask for a role. If she's invited in, and I don't see a reason not to have her, that'd be great. But as Batgirl, no. Why? Because we haven't done anything with the rest of that universe. Zack Snyder, his Snyderverse is coming back, and it will be folded into the DC universe. He has yet to expand on the Batman universe beyond the few characters that he has. Walter Hamada is responsible for all of this new stuff. Okay, and Zack Snyder's already made it known. He doesn't want anything to do with anything that Hamada has already had his hands on. And unfortunately, Leslie Grace is a part of that. That does not mean that this is about Leslie herself as an actress. This is about exploring characters. And even the character of Gordon, when you look at the picture that they had put up originally with that story, you notice he looks different from the way that he looked in Justice League. which means that they altered his look.
Yeah, he had like long hair.
Well, darker
long hair.
There was no gray,
right?
And so they
different
altered
time. You're talking about Simmons.
Yes, J.K. Simmons.
I saw some of the footage. Have you seen some of that footage of the Batgirl footage?
I haven't seen the footage. I've seen the pictures.
Ooh, there's footage out there.
And
you know what? Get your point, and then I want to continue because I want to show you the footage.
Yeah.
Go ahead.
I will say this.
Yes.
Given the fact they still don't know what they're going to do with the Flash movie, that's really the real reason why. A major part of the reason why the movie will make no sense if they ultimately end up changing that film, because it all keys off of that film, and if that film is changed, the movie makes no sense. Supergirl makes no sense. Mm-hmm. So my thing has always been, she's ready for another role. In my opinion, probably a bigger role than even Batgirl.
Okay, let's keep. I'm going to keep reading. Gary, I'll get to you in a minute. Where am I here? Would you want to play a supporting role in a company's superhero film after your character spotlight moment was written off for tax purposes? If not Batgirl, the outlet claims that they might at least offer for her to star in another Warner's production. Good luck with that. I mean, she's an actor. That's her job. I mean, why wouldn't she be open to at least listening to what else they have to offer her?
Mm-hmm.
You know, I'm gonna get some more into how I feel about what Leslie's how she's handled all this. Let's read a little bit more. Variety offered a bit more info about the doomed Batgirl test screening as well, specifying it was a 10-week director's cut that tested so low, and that practically all movies are in rough shape that early in post-production. Further, Warner Brothers Discovery deemed it was a waste of money to do reshoots that would make the film better suited for theatrical, a fact which will surely have Leslie Grace rushing back to business with these guys.
Mm-hmm.
You guys, Gary, anything? Okay. DeLuca and Abdi also reportedly want current DC Films president Hamada to stay on as the guy to usher in Dave Zaslav's 10-year plan, but Batgirl was viewed as Hamada's last straw with the company. Yeah, he got really upset with the company after getting entangled with Snyder's Justice League drama.
Mm-hmm.
Variety suggests Berlanti and Lynn's names have been thrown in the ring for the role, but it doesn't sound like either man is eager to take on the job. What a shitstorm. This is awful.
None of this is really true. This
and
is, again, as I said. I mean,
go ahead. We lost Gary. I just noticed that. Okay.
Oh, this all sounds like it's being. This is really how to make Hamada and Berlanti and others look good. They're gone for a reason. Okay, and no amount of we wanted Hamada to stay up. Hamada messed up.
Mm-hmm.
He's messed up several times. He should have been fired several times over. My biggest thing is Hamada never made a deal for the milestone characters. I mean, if you're going to bring in representation, you can't do any better than Milestone. To never really approach Milestone, even after they had signed Michael B. Jordan, is dumb on multiple levels.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so they don't care about this. Them and their people are just trying to basically make themselves look good. I don't think they really care about Leslie Grace. I'm serious. I don't think Hamada and all these other people care about her. They
care about the bad press, though.
That's right. I
That's
think
what they care
personally,
about.
Michael DeLuca and Karen Abdi probably want to work with her again. And they would probably like her to have a character that in my opinion, has never been seen before, but is probably more powerful than than Batgirl is, and more interesting. If you're going to hire good talent, okay, you give them a good character. You don't give them table scraps from a group of people who have already proven that they don't know these characters and they don't care about a lot of these actors, which is what Hamada and his crew were like.
I got the footage ready to go, and let me just read this. This last one. Besides Batgirl, there haven't been any other significant cancellations, despite Zaslav's hints at a full overhaul. Still, that doesn't mean any of the current development slate is safe. Even The Flash could end up on the cutting room floor, despite WB's Discovery's extraordinary attempts to ignore Ezra Miller's bad behavior. It's more than bad behavior, guys. The only new project to get greenlit under the new regime is Joker, Folie à Deux, starring Joaquin Phoenix and Lady Gaga, which a Variety insider hilariously stresses it's more like A Star is Born than In the Heights. Okay.
Wow.
What's wrong with In the Heights, man? Shit.
No, not that. Look, everybody knows that's been paying attention, realizes that Joker was actually made to be a one-shot deal. Both the director and the star had no intention of making a sequel.
Correct.
So why are they doing it? They did it because Hamada begged them, because he knew he screwed up. The deal that he made for that movie put Warner Brothers and all the investors in a bad way. Warner Brothers did not make hardly anything. Now, remember, this is the genius that supposedly cares about Leslie Grace. He doesn't. He's a screw up.
Okay, so we're going to get to some of that footage, but my take on this is obviously Leslie Grace has stayed above the fray, which you don't see a lot of young actors do. My hat is off to her.
Yep.
Because you usually see some whining and complaining because they didn't get in an award show or they got. I mean, this is heartbreaking, and I've said this before. She just, it wasn't like she got cut out of a movie.
Yeah, wasn't like she cyborged or anything.
And she has been nothing but a true professional.
Yep.
Old school about it, which I love. Take heed. Lead by example, guys. All you celebrities out there that are watching Leslie Grace and how she behaves and performs, this is how you do it. This is how you do it, because this is extraordinary what has happened to this actor. And she's not just an actor, right? She is a award-winning singer, and
she's a talent.
Fantastic.
She's a total talent.
So that being said, it would behoove these boneheads to at least keep a good relationship with Leslie, because Leslie's gonna get bigger and bigger. She might even be like the Cavill, right? Now, remember when Cavill first did Superman, he wasn't that big. Now you're dealing with a different monster. But it just seems that they just treat they don't treat these people right.
Well, that's because they didn't have much of a plan. Hamada never had a plan.
Yeah, that's a great point.
And now that you have someone like Alan Horn, who was very essential to the MCU getting off the ground and staying afloat, he's the one giving advice. Look, Alan Horn in no way is giving Zaslav or anybody any advice about keeping Walter Hamada. As I keep saying, Walter Hamada has already proven he's not really meant for any real responsibility. He has cost Warner Brothers and their shareholders millions. The Joker film alone should have been enough to get him fired. The very fact that he kept his job under his good buddy Toby Emmerich is enough to prove that there is something broken within what they had. Now, a lot of those people are gone. What you have is a new group of people who want to come in and fix everything for everybody. It's not that they want to kick her to the curb. They would love to work with her. There's a lot.
They have so much heavy lifting to do. I get it, man. I mean, they have a lot of work before they can even talk. Yeah, I'm with you. I'm with you, man. I think, yeah. Now, for her to come back as the same Barbara Gordon in a different iteration of a different thing, I don't know.
It's not happening because we talked about this on our show. You know how long it took them to get around to actually. Now remember, this is Walter Hamada and everybody that was with Warner Brothers. They had Dwayne Johnson signed for years before they actually started working on his Black Adam movie. Now, think about this. This is The Rock. Why would you sign him to a deal and then make him wait years? Why would you do that? And the thing is, none of these people had a good answer. If you screw up like that for any job, when your boss comes to ask you why, if you have nothing to say beyond, I don't know, you're gone. And that's the reason why a lot of these people lost their jobs.
Now, this is why we're having you here. And this is actually your first time doing something with the slant. I'm so happy you're here, Keith. Thank you so much.
Oh, you're welcome. It's an honor to be here. Seriously.
Before we get to this,
you do is amazing. You
gracias.
And everybody that follows this show, you guys are some of the most well-informed people I have ever had the pleasure of talking in front of.
Well, we're going to pick your brain right now, because before I show this footage, as this video is coming out, this was released, this footage, the same day this thing was announced, this cancellation. It's footage of them on set. Has there ever been an iteration of this Batgirl in comic books, as far as her being, we don't know if her lineage was half Afro-Latina, half white. We don't know, right? But has there anything been like that in the comics?
They've never gone down this road. In fact, Barbara Gordon is actually the second Batgirl in the history of the character. The first Batgirl was actually created around 1960, 61, and she came in as a partner to Batwoman. And she's loosely, I think, related to Bruce Wayne, because Kate Kane is actually Bruce Wayne's cousin. So there's never really been anything like that. I just feel that Leslie Grace is just one of these actors that could easily slip into the role that I think she should probably do, is probably Jessica Cruz, which is a powerful role.
You keep talking about that role, right?
People, if you've never Googled that character, you should. Because to me, after she and her agents and everybody look at that, that should be the discussion she's having right now. Why can't I have that role? That's the role I want.
Well, let's have a little fun, Keith. And I'm with you. I get it. And I'm glad. Thank you for your knowledge on Barbara Gordon.
Yeah.
Crew, that might be interesting. We know Leslie can act, as far as just being tough, being vulnerable, being sweet and exciting within the heights. Maybe none of that showed, and they're doing her a favor. I don't know. We'll see. I know that shit's gonna get leaked, like this. Got leaked. Let's watch some of this. I don't know if you've seen this before. I think this is Brendan Fraser's character up above, on top of the. Have you seen any of this stuff?
I've never seen this video. No.
This is Scotland. They were in Scotland for 7 weeks. And,
this is amazing stuff. I mean,
it's pretty cool.
It looks pretty cool. I'm happy. I love Brendan Fraser. He's a great performer. He should be doing a lot more than what he's done up to this point. I'm sad to hear that his television series Doom Patrol may not make the cut, but I'm happy that stop here.
Right. Sorry, I was gonna go ahead and finish that. I want to show you some cool stunt work.
I was just gonna say the look of Commissioner Gordon does not match the last time that we saw him, which means this is an alternate universe version of the characters. So to try to
it's a new vision. It's a new vision of Batgirl.
It's a new vision, but I mean, it doesn't match what we. If the Snyderverse is to be,
if it doesn't match, was it standalone? Like Blue Beetle couldn't have just.
Well, all of this exists because of the changes from the Flash. That's what I'm trying to say. The way Hamada put this together is that you have. Okay, stop here.
Yep,
the way that you saw Justice League, Zack Snyder's Justice League, that is where the DC film universe is. Hamada had the script commission for the Flash to be Flashpoint, to change all of that. This movie takes place after the events of what happens in the Flash movie. So a lot of things have been changed. Thus Michael Keaton, thus all that stuff. So this exists in its own timeline anyway. Okay, it is not attached to anything else. And so in a few years, once Zaslav and everybody fixes everything, even if this eventually comes out, it is not going to match where the DC universe will be.
Okay, so here's a great actor, J.K. Simmons, on set, and like Keith was saying, he has a different look.
Looks younger
and a good wig.
Yeah, but that is definitely not the Commissioner Gordon that you saw in Zack Snyder's Justice League.
Yeah,
this is what I and others have been trying to say. This is an alternate universe. Hamada did it on purpose. He wanted these changes. And my thing has always been, well, the new boss has something different to say. The guy signing your checks now has a different view. And if he wants it, he's going to get it. Okay, so all of this changes, or at least all of this is going to be merged together. The Snyderverse will be merged with what Dwayne Johnson's doing. Okay, and that stuff is made to fall in underneath that. Since this stuff here was created outside of Zack Snyder, it then is really up to Zack Snyder whether or not he wants to use it. And he already made it in various interviews pretty clear. He will not use anything that was not his. Now, he'll give Dwayne Johnson special compensation, mainly because he's a comic book fan. And that's the other thing about Hamada. He's not a comic book fan. He never said he was. He knows nothing about these characters. And the writers that they hired know nothing about these characters. So,
amazing.
It's unfortunate. But
yeah, that's unfortunate. I don't like hearing that. I don't like hearing that. Even I don't like hearing that. And I come from sometimes I come from some of these things as a total, I just want to be entertained first, right? Yeah. Regardless if they're gonna screw around with the comic origins, well, the product did it deliver? It's not obviously this didn't deliver. Let's watch some more of this.
Yeah,
get your commentary. He looks great, and I think there's a moment where they even hug or something like that. Yeah, there they are.
This will be, I think, the first film live-action Batgirl, because I think the first one was in the Birds of Prey television series from the producers of Smallville that they had. This Batman here, that's Michael Keaton.
That's Keaton.
Okay, so you've already undone Zack Snyder's version of the Batman universe. So why then do you think all of this will just get merged into what he's doing? This is not a part of his plan. But I can actually see Leslie Grace coming in as Jessica Cruz. I mean, Snyder's already, I don't know if you knew about this. Snyder originally tried to get Ryan Reynolds to be Green Lantern in Justice League, and he was informed no. They told him no. That's the reason why they didn't have Hal, and eventually he went to John Stewart. But Jessica Cruz is a part of all of that. She is a character. Look, I don't think there's any no to the entire Green Lantern Corps, meaning all the ones from Earth. I'm thinking that what is actually going to happen is that we're going to see all of them. We're going to see Hal. We're going to see John. We're going to see Guy. We should definitely see Jessica Cruz because they all have interesting individual stories on top of just being Green Lanterns. And so Leslie could easily fit into the upcoming DC universe as Jessica Cruz and be more powerful and more essential.
Going back to this footage, I think I saw obviously want to see a wire on that actor.
Yeah.
I don't know if it's Leslie, but it's definitely.
It's probably her stunt woman.
That might be her. This is almost the same jawline.
Almost, but I wouldn't risk her.
I cannot imagine
that kind of talent up there.
Cannot imagine that. That's crazy. Downtown Gotham, West Aparo.
Yeah.
Bridge. Okay.
Yeah, probably Bridge.
Right.
Look, in having J.K. Simmons as Commissioner Gordon, that definitely doesn't fit with Michael Keaton Batman, and yet here we are.
The stunt person can move, man. I mean, like me seeing this, I'm kind. it's like, Keith, I want to see the film, man. Like,
yeah, and you will, but when you do, realize that what you'll notice it by the time you get to the end of the movie that it doesn't fit.
Yeah. And we're gonna be joined soon enough with from Tom of Midnight's Edge is gonna come in and replace Gary if that's possible. But what are your thoughts, guys? Let us know in the comments of this video, from Keith's amazing analysis to the footage you're seeing to Leslie Grace.
The amazing Leslie Grace.
Should she do another role? Should she even work with Warner Brothers right now? You know, if I was her, man, I'd be going and doing other stuff. Warner Brothers, talk to my people.
Yeah. Although
y'all piss me off, I just wasted a year of my life.
Although, talk about waste. I mean, Dwayne Johnson, again, how long did they make him wait? Because part of it was negotiating. Dwayne Johnson had a particular vision for what he wanted to do. Now, remember, this is one of the biggest guys in Hollywood, and the last group made him wait years. The people that supposedly were big fans of Leslie Grace and are on her side made Dwayne Johnson wait years because they were negotiating how they wanted it to go.
Real quick, this is Leslie, I believe, with the beret on and the big parka and glasses.
Wow.
Go ahead, Keith.
Oh, I was just saying, I'm just surprised anything got done under Walter Hamada, King Screw Up. You know, this guy has caused more problems in his time running, quote unquote, running things than anything. And I'm glad he's gone. Look, let me put it to you this way. It is true that Walter Hamada is still the president of DC Films, but you understand that there is no DC Films anymore. It's DC Studios. So Hamada can still report to his own office for DC Films.
Yeah. But
there are other people running DC Studios. So.
Yep.
In
the meantime, I'll just, sigh over Leslie.
I think it's going to look, somehow it will get released. But I'm telling you, with what has been planned, with what has been talked about, it is not going to match ultimately how the DC film universe is going to look. I'm sorry, it just won't. And again, if The Rock has anything to say about it, some of the characters that he's adding, I mean, Zack Snyder's already said that his original plan for Justice League 2 and 3, he has to rewrite those now because the public knows about it. Why spend money on something that everybody knows? So whatever plan he originally had after the Snyder cut has changed. You're still going to get 2 and 3 probably, but it'll be slightly different. In my opinion, given his setup with Darkseid coming, I want all the Green Lanterns I can get my hands on to help me against that guy. So why wouldn't you have Jessica Cruz? Why wouldn't you have Jon Stewart, Hal Jordan, and Guy Gardner? Why wouldn't you have all those characters?
I think you're making more sense to me now because the fact that it is going to be a different regime, going to Leslie and offering something, that's different. But we want to thank you guys so much. Make sure you let us know in the comments as far as all things Batgirl, Leslie Grace, Latino Slant, Keith of Pop Culture Minefield. Sorry we lost Gary.
I'm sorry.
And, we thank you so much, my friend. Slant Newsflash was recorded at the Slant Studios. All information has been pre-approved by our Slantino staff of Chicanos, Cholos, homeboys, and homegirls. Keep your slant fuerte.